A very good morning to one and all. Yesterday I have been, up to the last class we have been learning about the three different experiments that proves that DNA acts as a genetic information carrier from one generation to another generation. Now I will be continuing this class by telling different modes of DNA replication. So before going to different modes of DNA replication, you must be aware of that. You must be aware of what do you mean by DNA replication and duplication. So before going to replication, what do you mean by duplication? Duplication is nothing but the action of process of duplicating one strand, one genetic information into your further next generation. So that is nothing but duplication. Next, coming to replication. Replication is nothing but the action of process of replicating or reproducing your DNA, the genetic material, from one generation to another generation. So this is the definition of duplication and replication. I am repeating it once again. Duplication is nothing but the process of duplicating, the action of process of duplicating your genetic material from one generation, from one from parents to, from one gene to another gene. And coming to your replication, replication is nothing but the action of process of replicating or reproducing from one generation to another generation. So there are different modes of DNA replication. So coming to the different modes of DNA replication, you must be aware of DNA. As I said earlier in your previous classes that Watson and Crick have introduced, but with the help of X-ray crystallographic studies, they have introduced the structure of DNA. So coming to the structure of DNA, it is a double helix, and at each turn it is having 10 base pairs, and in each turn, and each strand runs from 5' to 3' direction and 3' to 5' direction. I think you are all aware of this particular structure of DNA, and your adenine is always double bonded with thymine and guanine is triple bonded with cytosine. So likewise, and each turn you will be having 10 base pairs, and with different nucleotides sequences, and on the opposite strand adenine is double bonded with thymine, guanine is double bonded with cytosine again. So likewise your base pairs are arranged. So this, assume that this is your parental strand, and this parental strand, how with this particular parental strand, how the different modes of DNA replication are being worked out for your coming generations. So there are different modes of DNA replications were introduced by Watson and Crick, but only one of the mode of DNA replication is being still continuing and having an experimental proof, and it is observed in many prokaryotes and as well as in your eukaryotes. The first mode of DNA replication is conservative mode of DNA replication. Coming to the conservative mode of DNA replication, from the name itself it indicates that it is conserving your genetic information from your parents and to your next generation. There is no other changes are observed. So for instance, think that this is your strand, parental strand, and this parental strand is left for conservative mode of DNA replication, and you will be seeing that this is your parental strand, and this parental strand will produce another daughter strand of same genetic information, same conserving material, and another daughter strand with new nucleotide bases. So there is no prior genetic material, prior genetic information is added in this particular helix. So two different strands are produced. So this strand is conserving of your parental strand, another helix is produced with a new different genetic message or genetic information. So this is conservative mode of DNA replication. So in conservative mode of DNA replication, I am repeating it once again. This is your parental strand, and this parental strand after replication in conservative mode, it will produce same, one of the daughter strand will have same conserving material of its parental strand, and the second daughter strand helix will have a new genetic information. So this is nothing but conservative mode of DNA replication. But this is not much accepted mode of DNA replication. Next, and there is no experimental proof suggested for conservative mode of DNA replication. Next, dispersive mode of DNA replication. Coming to dispersive mode of DNA replication, the same step is observed in dispersive mode of DNA replication. This is your parental strand, and coming to your daughter strands, how it will be produced means it will produce in form of fragments, and it will combine with both newly formed new genetic sequenced daughter strand and your parental strand likewise. See, first half and the remaining is your parental strand, parental genetic message is there. See, this is the shaded strand, indicates your newly formed daughter DNA, and this particular single not shaded strand is of your parental strand. So it is having mix up of both parental strand and the daughter strand in a fragments form. So this is also not much accepted mode of DNA replication. So the parental strand information is produced in the two daughter strand in form of fragments. Both daughter strand helix sequence and the parental strand helix sequence are mixed up, and it is observed in fragments form. So this is also not much accepted mode of DNA replication, because here both of the daughter strand that are produced in form of fragments. Next, semi-conservative mode of DNA replication. Coming to semi-conservative mode of DNA replication, and this is your parental strand. And this parental strand, after replication, it will produce daughter DNA strands. One of the helix will be of your parent, and the other helix will be your daughter strand. So totally one helix will be of parent, and the other helix will be newly synthesized daughter strand. So likewise, two strands are produced. So one of the strand is of totally your parent, 50% is from parent, and the remaining 50% is your newly synthesized daughter DNA strand. So this is much accepted mode of DNA replication, and it is also having an experimental proof with the help of Michelson and Stahl, and with their name itself, Michelson and Stahl experiment was proved. And it proves that DNA acts as DNA replicates in semi-conservative mode of DNA replication. In the conservative, I am repeating it once again. In conservative mode of DNA replication, in the first mode, you will be having the parental strands will produce your daughter strands. Will be having the daughter strands are produced in such a way that one of the helix is of totally parental strands, and the remaining the left is a newly synthesized daughter strand. So in both of the strands, no new genetic mix-up is there with your parents and with your daughter. So no genetic mix-up is observed. And coming to the dispersive mode, genetic mix-up is there, but in form of fragments. So this is also not much active. but in form of fragments. Coming to conservative mode of DNA replication, semi-conservative mode of DNA replication, genetic mix-up is there. How 50% of the parental strands are mixed with the newly synthesized daughter DNA strand. So 50% and 50%. So equal genetic mix-up is there with the old parental strand and with the newly synthesized daughter strand. So this is much more accepted mode of DNA replication, and there is an experimental proof to prove that DNA replicates in semi-conservative mode of DNA replication. So in the next class, I will be telling you about the experiment proving semi-conservative mode of DNA replication in bacteria. Thank you.